Look at this man, sitting there in that ugly shirt. Yes, you! That stuff is garbage! It's no good! So let's change that. That's a lot better! Now he's wearing the new, fresh Dr.Wily merch that you can get as well for only $21.99. Get any of the new Wily character designs on a shirt, hoodie, mug, poster, pillow, anything really. And that's not all. You can also get the Dr.Wily logo on a t-shirt or anything else. So go check it out now by clicking the link in the upper right corner, clicking the link in the description, or by checking out the merch shelf below the video. Now, Nintendo is quite good at making enemies for their games. Almost all of them have a unique and interesting role. One great example of this is the Chomp, which is actually quite a weird enemy inspired by something seen in real life. Now, the thing I'm talking about is aggressive chained up dogs. Heck, Shigeru Miyamoto even said that the inspiration for the Chomp was from a childhood experience where a dog once ran up to him and tried to actually bite him, but the dog's chain held it back, probably saving his life to an extent. Originally, they were even created as enemies for the Legend of Zelda series, but ended up being used for the Mario franchise first. Clearly, more thought went into this than most people think, and I gotta say, as an enemy, they work incredibly well, which I covered in my Evolution of video on the Chomps, which you can check out later by clicking in the upper right corner. But today, we will look at the top 5 best Chomp types seen in the Super Mario series, because some of them deserve a bigger spotlight. Now let's get into it right away. Number 5. Gold, the one metal and color that no one in the world could ever resist, especially now that it has gone up so much in value. But that isn't the case in the Super Mario World universe. Here, gold isn't that special or even valuable, but it does make some enemies more interesting and better looking. And there's one special Chomp seen in Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 that's also gold and quite different. In the first game, it appears in the Gusty Garden Galaxy, where it plays a prominent role in the mission The Golden Chomp. It contains a power star inside, but you can't really get to it. You actually can't open it at all without the use of the Rainbow Star, which can be obtained after collecting a series of question mark coins. And as soon as you got those and the power up as a reward, you can open it, getting your prize. Which is quite a unique way of doing this. The Golden Chomp acts as some sort of living treasure chest that can only be opened with certain special powers. And personally, I think this is pretty cool, and also quite special compared to a lot of other missions seen in the game. But if you look at what they did in the second Galaxy game, you can see that it's quite different from the version seen in the first game. Here they are seen in Chompworks Galaxy's first mission, and all of a sudden you must lead a gold Chomp from the end of an area all the way back to the front of an area. However, it takes a set route, and Mario must alter the area slightly to allow the gold Chomp to roll to the front of the area and into a hole, where it will break and reveal the power star. So this time around it is different, but still the same in a way. It's still some sort of treasure chest, but opening it became more complex and fun, since it requires a lot of interaction. So in a way, this normally super aggressive enemy became a little puzzle that would reward you for solving it. To be honest, it reminds me of the riddle seen in The Hobbit. You know, the one about a chest with no hinges, but still gold lies within? For the people who don't know the answer, it's an egg. So in general, I like the concept of this variation a lot. Number 4. Now for our next one, we will be looking at one that I love mostly because of nostalgia reasons. I'm gonna be honest here, but it still does something new and interesting at least. The enemy I'm talking about is the Chain Chomplet, which is basically a younger version of the normal one, being some sort of puppy, and they are only seen in Super Mario Sunshine, one of my all-time favorite Super Mario games. Now, aside from being cute, they can also have quite the temper, and can even leave some sort of lava behind when heated. And of course, Nintendo built a little mission around this whole mechanic. They are seen in the first episode of Pianta Village, where you have to do one thing that can be very frustrating, but also a lot of fun. You need to calm down these little guys, which you do by spraying them with your little water gun friend. And once this is done, their tails can be grabbed, allowing you to pull on them and then release it, making it shoot across the world, and hopefully into the river where they will finally cool off completely. Now, as you can imagine, this mission can be frustrating, and many people just don't freaking like it, but I freaking love them and this mission, so fight me, commenters. No, but for real, aside from the fact that these guys are cute and fun, I also like to shoot them around like a marble from a slingshot. It's like some sort of real-life pinball machine where you use puppies instead of steel ball bearings. I know it sounds a bit bad, but it's fun! And aside from that, it's also something completely new and unlike anything we saw in Super Mario Sunshine, and even all the games that came after. From the top of my head, there's nothing like it in the entire franchise. It's quite special, and in my opinion, surprisingly fun to do so. So, while it can be frustrating to deal with them and all the lava that they leave behind, it is quite a fun and memorable mission. Number 3. Alright, I failed you all! I lied to you, just look at the title, it says Super Mario, however our next one isn't really seen in a Super Mario title. Only in weird spin-off stuff with Yoshi and Princess Peach is the main character. However, I will say, this next Chomp variation is pretty darn cool and also has quite a unique role in the games it's seen in. Now the one that I'm talking about is the Shark Chomp, which was first seen in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, where they appear in marching mills forwards and keep moving. These giant chomps relentlessly chase after Yoshi, gnashing through anything in their way, forcing you to run away from them. But eventually they will chase you to a platform that they can't eat their way through. And so, shockingly enough, the creature will actually break its teeth, causing it to tear up in pain and fall off the screen. Clearly, this enemy is quite cartoonish in its behavior, which does fit with the look and lighthearted theme of Yoshi's Island. Now, in general, this enemy is like the boulder from Indiana Jones, something that chases you and forces you to move quickly in order to not get caught. In a way, it's a trap enemy that tries to take you out by either eating you alive or causing you to fail at platforming and fall to your doom. Which isn't a new tactic, however this enemy does add a bit of a twist to it all that at least gives it an original presentation, especially at the end of its ride when the creature breaks its teeth. So personally, I think it's cool. It adds more excitement when platforming, while also delivering a comedic and cartoonish bit at the end when it dies. So overall, not bad. Certainly one of the more fun and iconic enemies from the Yoshi Island games. Number 2. Now our next one is actually not that special. All of you have seen it a million times in almost every Super Mario game. And that's because our number 2 is actually the normal Chain Chomp, surprisingly enough. We first saw them in Super Mario Bros. 3, acting as some sort of guard dog, which they do throughout the Super Mario series, being seen in the world tied to a chain, attacking you as soon as you even come close to one of them. But as long as you're out of reach, you're good. Personally, I already like this concept a lot, and again, it's a bit cartoonish in a way, reminding me of Tom and Jerry or something. And in the game, it's also really effective at giving the player a jump scare, as well as being an utterly terrifying obstacle they must avoid. But it can do more than just that, because you can actually unleash the beast, and that is the entire reason why it's on number 2. Because when you ground pound on the wooden stake that's holding down this crazy beast, you will release it into the world, which is tons of fun to do, and can also be really handy in some scenarios. A great example of this is seen in Super Mario 64. Here you can release one in Bob-omb Battlefield that will jump around and destroy some metal bars that were in your way, allowing you to get a star. So Nintendo even uses this whole concept for certain missions in their games, and in every 2D title, you can just do it for fun, and sometimes it will help you out. But this isn't all. They have also used this enemy in spin-off games in quite amazing ways. For example, in Mario Kart. Here it's an item that allows you to hook up a Chain Chomp to your cart, and the beast will also destroy all your competitors. So I gotta say, even the normal Chain Chomps are pretty sweet and fun to mess with. Number 1. Now we get to our number 1. Another Chain Chomp that's incredibly wacky, but also very unpredictable. And there's only one variation in the entire franchise that fits this description well. The Flame Chomps who first appeared in Super Mario Bros. 3. These ones are incredibly dangerous. and have killed Mario so many times it's unbelievable. They are shockingly effective. And all of that is because of two things. First, they are not restricted by chains and instead float along with a trail of fireballs behind them. And second, at any time it can shoot those fireballs from the tail. So you have to dodge it when it goes around, but you also have to watch out to not get hit by one of those nasty fireballs. So as an enemy, it's incredibly effective and also embodies the crazy spirit of the Chain Chomp when you unleash it. And as you know, I like the concept of setting the beast free, and this variation does that right off the bat. And it gets even crazier, because when it runs out of fireballs, the thing will actually explode. Clearly this enemy has some chaotic energy, and personally I love it for that reason. Sure, it can whoop your ass, but that's its goal. They can make a lot of levels in the sky in the 2D games a lot more challenging and fun. So that's why they deserve to be on number 1. But be sure to tell me in the comment section which one is your favorite. And check out the videos in the upper right corner, and on the channel of course. And don't forget to subscribe.